Coming up on this episode of Outlook TV, the Red Dress Ball in Toronto.
The Cape and Cowl in Halifax.
The Halifax-made series, I Am Syd Stone. And much, much more. Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay. And on this glorious sunny day, you know what you get to do? Watch the Queer Magazine news show that brings you the stories that matter the most from coast
to coast. We're going to kick it off in Toronto with the Red Dress Ball.
Things are going virtual like so many other events during this past year. So Sister Fancy Pants gets super fancy with high-speed dial-up, clicks it in, and sees what the Red Dress Ball's all about.
The color red has many meanings for our community. And on the pride flag, it means life. Today, we get to talk to the amazing organizers of the Red Dress Ball. Oh, wait a minute. Red is one of my favorite colors. I love wearing dresses, and I most certainly love balls. Color me intrigued.
It's so nice to be out in something else other than sweatpants, even though I had to oil myself up to fit into this dress tonight.
I was inspired by the third day on the Friends for Life bike rally, which is the sustaining fundraiser for the Toronto People with AIDS Foundation. The third day on the bike rally is the Dress in Red Day, or as everybody changes it to, Red Dress Day. And I thought, wouldn't it be amazing to have a night out where you can wear all the things that you don't get to wear on the bike in a ball and make it a big fundraiser and have a glorious, happy, fun time.
This is our fourth year. So the first year we ran out of the 519 in Toronto, and we had a massive ice storm.
We were still completely sold out. We were packed to the rafters.
But yeah, it went really well, which led to year two, where we had a little bit more help, had a little bit more organization, and we successfully threw our second ball, which was great.
We doubled in size as well, so we went from about 250 to about 500 people on the second year.
And then a global pandemic happened. So we had to pivot at that point. Obviously, we couldn't have an in-person ball, but we definitely still wanted to contribute, and we wanted to still kind of recreate the magic of the Red Dress Ball. So we had the idea to hold a webathon. So our third year was the beginning of our webathon series. And so we had some live performers. We collected some videos far and wide. I am the monster. I am the cure through the... You know, next week is going to be
our fourth.
Yeah, and we're gonna do another. This will be our, fingers crossed, our last webathon series before we do another in-person event. We have Carly Rae Jepsen joining us, Brooklyn Heights, Angina, and Benda LaCreme from RuPaul's Drag Race. We've got Priyanka Boa and Scarlett Bobo from Canada's Drag Race. We've got Facelift and Stephanda Cox, which are local to Toronto.
This time around, we are doing donations through our website live on the night. But like last year, we had a really substantial year. I think we ended up raising about $14,000 by the time the evening was over.
And between the 4 years, it's been about $150,000.
Thank you to everyone who participated and donated to this amazing event. This is Sister Fancy Pants for Outlook TV.
Let's head over to Halifax and check out I Am Syd Stone.
In the city of saltiness, things get saucy as a closeted actor who is fading away in his career finds a man. If only I could do the same.
Oh, have hope, dear.
There's a new Canadian drama series on OutTV and OutTV Go called I Am Syd Stone. We talk with the director, the producer, and the two lead actors.
Like tricks the brain into staying sharp or something. Yeah.
I Am Syd Stone is a 6-part digital series, I guess would say short form web series, based on my previously released, I think 2015 short film of the same name. We decided to develop this web series in response to the overwhelming I guess, positive reaction to the short film.
Syd Stone is
a young man who has moved from a small town and quite quickly become very famous. And we find Syd kind of at a point in his career when the fame has started to die down and he's doing more B-list movies.
He meets this young lawyer who's in town about to begin a big murder trial. So then they one night hit it off in the bar, and one thing leads to another, and you know, they start getting involved romantically, and so you get to see how Syd deals with this news because he doesn't want it to ruin his career.
I found playing Matt really amazing. I mean, a lot of the characters that I usually play have either struggled with their sexuality. I'm completely okay with my sexuality and I'm fine. It was so fun playing someone that's just loves everything about himself, and it's not about, oh, by the way, I'm gay. It's just like, hey, I'm a lawyer. I have this thing to do, and oh, I just happen to be gay. I think one of the most challenging thing for me, I think on a mental aspect, is there is a pool scene, and I'm not the greatest swimmer. I don't like water. It was mentally challenging for me to get inside of water and do all these things and jump inside a pool because I was petrified.
And then that night, I do something totally spontaneous.
Yeah, I heard about this. As a gay man as well, to go back into those moments of feeling in the closet and feeling and questioning my own sexuality and the fear that can come with coming to terms with who you are. I mean, I think we've all at one point had to go through that, and Syd was right in the middle of it.
So so that's an idea. So today we're doing posters, and then
it was really important for us collectively as writer, director, producer team to agree on kind of what were some aspects of Syd's personality that we wanted to explore. I think just viewers can expect to see a really fantastically shot short form series that punches way above its weight.
From Vancouver, this is Gary Wolfader for OutlookTV.
It's time for us to take a little break now.
And just observe some of the really hot people running on the...
You're drooling. You're drooling. Drooling.
Hi, I'm Tracy Trash from Montreal, Canada. I'm the new Hosanna from Michel Tremblay, and you're watching Outlook TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
You know, not all superheroes in the world wear a cape and cowl, but there is a comic book store named the Cape and Cowl.
Yep, there's a trans activist who makes it a safe space for everyone.
That is superhero in my heart. Let's see what they've done.
Hey Outlook TV, welcome back to Halifax. My name's Jessie. Today we're at Cape and Cowl Comics talking to Jay, Aaron, Roy. Let's step through the looking glass and see what's inside. Come on.
Oh, so I've always been a geek. I've always been into comics and Star Wars and you know, X-Men and all that good stuff. Spider-Man, yeah. But honestly, and Superman. But I've always just been, you know, imaginative. And I've always loved surrounding myself with lots of different storylines and characters. And I'm a character myself, you'll find out. So I get lots of youth messaging me still on Instagram and Facebook and still coming in. We don't have active programming right now, but they still drop in after school to do homework and hang out. And Grey's Anatomy is really popular with the youth right now. I actually have the Grey's Anatomy Wii game, and so some of them drop in and they like to perform surgery. I am a loud squeaky wheel for the things that I see that like gaps in services. I was raised in a way where you meet people where they're at. You don't know what battles people are going through, just seeing them and their shell, if you will. So I think it's just about being present. So I get into this sort of world by wanting to create my own space for my own mental well-being and my own, you know, life. But that extending out, and I'm recognizing that I can do that for myself, but also include other people. What I do here is I create a space where people can be themselves, and also Artists can be themselves. Through COVID, there hasn't been any cons, like HalCon couldn't happen. It's really, really been hard for artists as well to, showcase their work. Lots of people are online, but lots of people are online. So it's hard to really get your work in the line of customers. And it's hard to get customers in with COVID, but right now, where we're a little more opened up, I'm allowed to sign people in and get people in the shop, and they can see the art right in front of them. So if I build a space for youth, youth will come. If I build a shop and I tell the world that I'm doing artist consignment, artists will come.
I'm like a big movie fan.
I enjoy a lot of the animated films that they've adapted from the comic books. New Frontier is one of my favorite, the Justice League New Frontier movie. If you haven't seen the animated film, the original book by Darwin Cook, definitely check it out. It does a really good job of adapting. So yeah, come on in and visit a comic book shop owner. Your local comic book shop owner will tell you their opinion on which films adapt the comics the best.
This is Jessie, and you're watching Outlook TV.
We're going to head to Montreal now to check out an online play. Do you want to try it in French?
I'll give it a go. Our reporter Ollie spoke with the Théâtre Ensemble company. Bien? Oui.
Ensemble Theatre Company is so excited to present to you the third production. They've been working really hard during the pandemic to prepare the Michel Tremblay classic Hosanna, featuring Jacob Lévesque and Tracy Trash. Tracy Trash is speaking with us today about the play and about her relationship with her character of Hosanna.
Ça faisait des années, je pense, j'avais pas passé par là.
Well, actually, it's our producer, Jean-François Quesnel, and it's his mother that actually suggested that we do Hosanna de Michel Tremblay, that he directs Hosanna de Michel Tremblay, which is his first play that he's actually directing, because she told him, wow, I think that would be really appropriate now with all this gender fluidity going on, stereotyping of the gays. I mean, Hosanna is that.
Montréal, je suis devenu Hosanna.
Well, we're only two actors in the play. Jacob Lévesque, who does Cuirette, who's a wonderful actor from Saguenay-Lac-Saint-Jean. It's actually set in Montreal in 1970s. Homosexuality was in, but not really. It was difficult coming out, and people were hiding themselves. Doing drag and transvestites were very marginal things. Cuirette is mostly the typical leather homosexual with a big front and who's a softie inside, of course. And Hosanna is the one that's typically the transvestite. It all evolves around her icon, which is Elizabeth Taylor in Cleopatra. So it's Halloween night, and it's that night where something happens and she comes back and the play starts and she just arrived home, and it's that pressure cooker that just pops.
Je m'appelle Hosanna. Je suis ridicule quand je suis déguisée en femme. Je suis pas.
The way I approached the character was really personal, because I've been a child of the 70s. I mean, I went to high school and I was the only homosexual in my class. I had intimidation. People were harassing me, calling me names and everything like that. I've been through all the struggle of a young homosexual that doesn't really know that he's homosexual, because I wasn't really on contact with that. So I can understand where she comes from and the pain that they can go through. And I talk about it in the play also, about genders, female, male, female. Why do you like me? How come do you like me? Do you like the fact that I wear dresses, or do you like the fact that I'm just a man in a dress, or do you like the fact that I'm, just me? And I think that struggle is pretty much it's often associated with a homosexual thing, with being gay.
If you want to watch Hosanna, you can go on lepointdevente.com to buy tickets for both the Montreal and Sherbrooke shows. For Outlook TV, this is Ollie in Montreal.
We're going to go back into the vault again, this time a story about the Junos, when they didn't get delayed and delayed and delayed. They actually happened.
And Patrick Massey was the one who had the chance to cover this story, as it covered the queer community and their contributions within the Junos.
I've seen artists like this one who's coming up, Quana Style. I've seen her grow so much, and she's doing such an amazing job. Juno Awards are here in Vancouver with my buddy that I've known for a long time. Michael Bublé's hosting them. The Juno Fest last year they didn't have Drake Jensen in the Juno Fest, who is an Ottawa artist, another LGBT artist, and this year the same thing. They booked celebrities, and they have Kenny Starr, but they didn't really reach out to any of the other LGBT artists. So, I think Matthew Presidente and Quana Style and Cowl Richardson and these artists are working their butts off. So I wanted to do something to give them an opportunity so that they can, perform on a stage and get their music out there.
Some would say such a waste, but this song doesn't bother. It doesn't bother. Make some noise, XY! I want it to... I miss your taste. I can't wait till I'm lying right next to you. When your heart whispers, when your heart whispers, softly to me, every beat shakes my world. I can feel shivers when your heart whispers. All tea lights.
Recently, I just wrapped my album in Toronto with my label called Wet Tracks. It'll be out very soon. And I just shot a show with World of Wonder Productions in LA called Guadalajara, and that'll be out at the beginning of next month. I'm going to be working. I have a bunch of shows, and I'm going to be writing for some of the Rue girls.
Some people don't like fried chicken. Some people don't like gold trucks. Some people think it matters a lot. Others say it don't matter too much. Some like to go to Acapulco. Some don't like to go that far. Some people don't believe in angels.
There's a lot of great LGBT artists that don't get the exposure that they deserve. So if I can, help in any way, do that. And so my management, More Music Management, and my record label Y75, we're sponsoring the showcase again with my sponsor Finley Cadillac to just give these artists an opportunity. So.
Still the DJ that we're ready. We're hitting up the floor for a little bit of Saturday. For a little bit of Saturday. Who likes to party? A little bit of Saturday. I like to party. A little bit of Saturday. We like to party. A little bit of Saturday. We like to party.
It's time for us to take a little break.
What?
Could you stop fidgeting?
Mm-hmm.
No, stop fidgeting.
My grinder's going off.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV. We're reaching back into the vault again, this time into 2018, for a story about John Ferrie.
That's right. In my hand is a story that's going to blow your mind because it's from the past.
Hi, everyone. My name's Kyle. We are here with Outlook TV, where we're about to go meet John Ferrie, infamous Vancouver artist. John, are you in there?
Well, hello.
Oh, hi.
Come on in.
Let's follow.
This is all my artwork and all my collections that I live with and work with. I have to have everything out, and so I do. This is my Pride Legacy Award that I won, which is a very defining moment in my life that I was very proud of. And so I, luckily enough, trade with other artists for artwork and frame up things and get pieces put on the wall, and it's all part of the, the memory bank that makes us an artist. This painting is titled Not on My Watch, which is really what I'm trying to communicate more in my work, are actual moments in history in Vancouver where people stood up for something or made a difference. This is the beginning of whether or not it works as a drawing, it will become a painting. And so it has to work as a drawing. And then, so that's the piece I'm working on right now,
wow. which
is the building in Gastown. I have applied for the bank projects that they're doing within Vancity 9 times. I was turned down flatly for 8 of them. So I applied one more time, but I thought more about what had won, and everything was really dialed up. It was much more glass baubles and much more detail and that kind of thing. So I thought about what else I should do for the project that would dial it up and make me the winner. I was driving home one day and I looked up at one of those revolving billboards and those 3D billboards that are spinning around, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool, and maybe I can do something like that. And I came up with doing a design where it was 15 different panels and then viewed in 3 different angles. So you saw the painting coming in the door from one angle, from a different angle as you left, and then when you looked straight on, it was definitely a painting of Vancouver. So when I made my presentation to the board of the bank, the awes that I got when I pulled this out of the box, I kind of felt like I had a good thing. And then as I left, they asked if they could keep this model, and I thought, I think that's a good sign. So the idea is that you're actually standing at the branch looking north through Vancouver. So you've got Spanish Banks, you've got Stanley Park, the downtown core of Vancouver, and the North Shore. And of course, the signature thing in Vancouver are things like the ships, the sailing boats, the freighters, and all that kind of thing.
Thank you for watching. I am Kyle with Outlook TV here in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Let's go back into our vaults and pull out a really awesome story.
Dining Out 2018. Remember when we could dine out freely without restriction?
I vaguely do.
Oh.
Was that real or did we dream it?
It's still a dream right now.
We're at the Davy Dosa Company in Vancouver's Davy Village for Dining Out for Life 2018. We're going to meet some of the people that make it all happen behind the scenes and then talk to some of the people in the restaurant and some of the customers. Come join us.
Davy Dosa Company is all about showcasing dosa. Dosa is where we grew up from southern India. Dosa is pretty basically made from rice and lentil and fermented crepe, and you can do fillings with the vegetarian mixed and meat, or you can do anything. So basic is rice and lentil gluten-free crepe.
A big night for you. It's the 24th year.
It is, and this event has raised $3.5 million over the years, so we're really excited about tonight. Dining Out for Life is a signature event of A Loving Spoonful, and it's one day only. And for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, diners can go out at participating restaurants, and 25% of their food bill will be donated back to the charity. So it's great.
Fantastic. And now, how does this help A Loving Spoonful? Like, what do you do with the money?
So A Loving Spoonful only gets about 20% government funding, so 80% has to come through fundraising efforts. So events like Dining Out for Life are really important for our organization, and so we're excited. We hope to raise about $85,000 today.
Have you participated in Dining Out for Life before?
Yes, part of it, because last year at Coast Plaza Hotel, I was working as a banquet server, supporting one of my banquet manager.
A Loving Spoonful uses those funds to provide meals and nutritional support for individuals and families affected by HIV and, in many cases, coexisting illness.
That's all the time we have for this episode, but like the great weather, we'll be back so soon.
It's blindingly beautiful. Like, literally, I'm going to have to shade my eyes. You know what you don't have to do to shade your eyes is go to a computer and connect with us online. Dial up, AOL, whatever you use. Stick in one of those discs, get 5 hours of internet, and you can connect with us, shoot us an email, and volunteer with us, because we need people across Canada, don't we?
We do, to bring us all the stories.
All the stories.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay.
Stay safe, Canada.